sometimes you get blown away by the grandness. Wow, larger than life. And most times, I like to get blown away by complexities in character and, layers that are given in there. An artist having so much scope to be able to work. So, for that, Nikhil sir, thank you so much for delivering that for all of them. Natasha, thanks so much. My first time to meet you and great job in there. Mumbai, thank you so much for meeting us. And Satyajeet, thank you so much for meeting us. It really is, it's very difficult to do this. So I have to say, was there too many sleepless nights over there? Once in a while, because it was so well coordinated and planned, there were no sleepless nights.
I think that I have not slept in 30 years in any case. When I meet people who they say, oh, I've got an upset stomach. I said, I have an upset stomach for 30 years. Well, welcome to filmmaking.
But is it gratifying? I mean, when
it's very gratifying. I mean, I think getting onto the set of Mumbai Diaries is a very gratifying experience in general, because the performers are so great. So the material is so alive, is visceral, right? It literally is jumping off this thing, right? And then as a director, you are not afraid to basically look at the material and say, you know what, last night I thought about something else totally different, and let's just junk all this and just do something else. And we've done that a lot. And these guys actually...
in season 2?
In one and two. And I think they were thrown off by it for the first couple of days when we started with 1.
Right.
And then by 2, they were actually telling all the new actors and all who were joining.
Aisa hota hai.
Now we'll do this, now we'll do this. Don't worry, yaar. Don't worry. Hum log kar lenge. Like Riddhi on day 1, we are doing the 6, which you haven't seen as yet, which is a 6.5 minute take. And it's a 6.5 minute take. They are performing surgery. The camera, there's no lights because Malay, the DOP turned around and said, but 8 baje to light chala gaya tha. Whole Bombay mein light chala gaya, so we should not have any lights. So we have shot with now candles.
You just want to make it more tougher and tougher.
I don't like to.
And Konkana hated the water. She said that she doesn't know how to swim also, and you said
Coco. So she called me up and I sent her the first draft. And I said that, what do you think? And she had loved the season 1's draft. And I said, what do you think? Because I said that Coco will be a very big factor. So the other great thing that we did, which is Amazon also did, they dived into the research and the reviews of season 1 and said, okay, this is what we thought was lacking and this is what. So although Coco got all the awards of season 1, people still felt that there's not enough of her. And I had always told her season 2 will be about Chitra's story. And so I sent her the draft and she called me. She said, it's great, but season 1 had all those things and all that, and you just felt more jeopardy. She uses word, jeopardy. So I said, oh shit, man. So I sat back with the writers and I said, ek kaam karte, abhi ye kar lete. Send it back to her. She said, Nikhil, I don't know how to swim.
Pani is a very big element. The 3 actors have done such a wonderful job. That's what I really like. If you start watching this now season, each episode, just gives enough space and enough rhythm to each actor to come into their own. The eyes will first, they'll be, uncertain. Has she made a mistake by giving a wrong,
testimony.
A testimony in court. And then, he's saying, oh my God, am I the past? Am I the present? Am I going to be the future? And, all those things start to come in. And she, am I a dabang? I'm not going to allow everyone else to just walk over me. I think the 3 of them just kudos, fantastic performances, And so often it'll come, you'll say, who do we focus on? So now you will say one brilliant thing about the 2 of them and the toughest thing to also deal with the 3 of them. एक अच्छी चीज और एक बुरी चीज तीनों के बारे में जरूर बताओ as performers.
Oof. अच्छी चीज is that they are.
नहीं, one at a time, sir.
Oh, Natasha. Yeah. I think this thing is that she's very focused and she knows, she's very hardworking, she's focused, she knows that I've 3 scenes before I've done this and 10 scenes later I'm going to do this, so this is my graph and this is how I'm going to do that, and she'll question me. I want to try this, and and the bad thing is she'll question me at the time where I don't want to be questioned. So I just say, Natasha, just do.
Now I'm going to have your response of that.
Yes, no, that is true. That is so true, because because he's seeing it. I'm not seeing it, I'm doing it. Like, I'm in the scene, because there was this time when I had a huge 2-page scene to do, where I'm also doing a lot of physical activity, getting the trolley, speaking to the parents, speaking to the patient, trying to stabilize him. And I had 5-6 paragraphs.
Yeah.
So we did the take, and then so I was like, okay, you say the 5th paragraph first, then you say the first one here, then you do this here, and then you shift the 3rd one up here. I was like, okay. And he's like, you got it? I said, yeah, okay. And he said, you got it? I said, yeah. And then we did a take, and I was like, sir, did we get it?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I said, can we do one more? No, I got it. So I think that's the questioning he's talking about when I'm like, if your director said got it, so got it. Don't ask. So I think, but...
And you're not very expressive on the set about this. Great. Wow, what a shot.
No, I'm pretty expressive.
No, ऐसा कुछ
but
नहीं
not
था.
usually with actors. I'm saying Malay a very good shot. Deepak क्या मतलब study किया तूने किया पांडे जी किस तरह से थोड़ा focus shift किया, you know. Because I'm taking for granted you are here on this set and this is what the requirement is, and we've already done most of the hard work by doing our research, by doing the readings and our workshops and all the rehearsals.
So all
sorted.
Yeah.
I mean from
the implicit reaction was this. Implicit.
Yeah, this is done good, but she involved that. So her, this thing is that literally, I mean, I think Mumbai, from whatever, we've grown last 2.5 years. We've been done 2 seasons of this, and I don't think she is Sujata. I think she's very, very supportive in this thing. But Sujata, somewhere or the other, extremely. I'm not calling her selfish, but she has got so much baggage that she's carrying, right? Of being constantly dabat. She's actually Mrunmayee represents a community, right? She represents a community of people who basically we have just basically said ki, you know, aap aisa hi karoge. She wants to achieve everything without the tag of reservation. Mujhe reservation nahi kiya. I don't care about it.
We've actually dealt with a number of issues in society, like beautifully, you know, just by the way, because it should never be, it doesn't have to be highlighted.
Yeah.
So it should be. But ये सब तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, बहुत बड़ी स्टार है, सब उसको बहुत पसंद भी करते हैं, लेकिन क्या पसंद नहीं है?
वो contact lenses के पीछे भागती रहती है, मुझे contact lenses डालना नहीं है, मुझे contact lenses डालना नहीं है.
Because of pani?
No, she had to put it. I mean, she had to put it because I just felt that that's somebody from that kind of community cannot have light eyes or whatever. It's my head. You know, so I just said कि contact lenses करो.
अच्छा.
I don't want to put it. It's irritating. I mean, I'm not.
How can you not? How can you be an actor? How can you be an actor and not be comfortable with contact lenses? Yeah.
Unfortunately, I am that actor who is not able to.
I mean, क्या यार?
But you are super comfortable with the character also, you know. You must have really enjoyed it to the hilt also. Yeah.
Absolutely. I was in love with my character when I read the entire draft of season 2. I was in Uttarakhand.
Yeah.
मतलब मैंने वेकेशन पे थी यार, and I had promised my husband that I will not bring any work in doing this. And then I remember morning I got this episode and I was like, Swapnil, just एक घंटा. I started reading it and then it was somewhere around 6 o'clock in the evening and he was like just watching like हो गया बस अभी कुछ बाहर खाने के लिए तो निकले. And then I called Nikhil sir also from there, but it was beautiful.
अब जो देखेंगे बोलेंगे यार वाह अच्छा हुआ तूने खाना नहीं खाया और ये कर लिया, because you're going to love it. And I think it's all come out so well also, and that young brooding gentleman on the left over there, I think there's this, you know, there's this innocence in your eyes. Each scene now, because now you've not seen those scenes, so I might say it. When you want to say something to, you know, Konkana, and you're waiting yes and no, putting little bits into your pocket, figuring out whether am I the past or am I the present, am I ever going to be the future. Yeah. You just played it wonderfully well. It's so, this whole show actually was in 4th gear, or actually 3rd gear for all the actors. No one went over the top. Yeah. That's what I really liked. मर भी रहा है कोई कोर्ट जा रहा है, कोई पानी यहाँ तक आ रहा है, लेकिन ऐसा, was that a conscious attempt not to say कि भाई hysterical किसी को नहीं होना है?
Yeah.
Is that like the tone that you wanted to keep? Yeah. But because there was scene that I felt कि हाँ तो भाई थप्पड़ मार रहा था यार कोई.
Yeah, real में मतलब आप I think that there's my wife keeps telling whenever we quarrel and we fight and whatever, she says if you are right, why are you shouting? So all these guys are actually right. They are all these things. So there's no reason for you to start going over the top or whatever. And really, I mean, I have been dealing with a lot of doctors lately. And their whole thing is like, boss, we will.
है तो है, मर रहा है तो मर रहा है.
And we will not tell you too much. We will not tell you too little. We will give you exactly the same this thing that we want. We will because we are hanging on every word of a doctor, right?
Yeah.
You go to a doctor, you go to a hospital. and you have gone to the hospital because there's something wrong.
Correct.
So now here's this guy who, for all intents and purposes, is God for you. Now each of these guys, therefore, have to be so careful about what exactly you are giving as hope.
The information that you're giving out. Yeah.
And that's the big thing that we did with this season, right? We moved it away from Aparna, myself, Saira decided ki season 1 was a thriller and season 1 had the city as this thing, but this year very clearly let's move it into the medical drama. Let's talk about the tropes of the medical drama genre, which is that the outside patient. So he's dealing with leptospirosis. I think she's dealing with this boy who has come in has an identity issue. She's dealing with this, basically nobody's taking her seriously, right? I mean, she's dealing with the fact that this whole burden of protocol. I mean, I think that you ask anybody in this room, do you want a doctor to follow rules or do you want them to save your lives?
Save lives, yeah, for sure.
No question.
Yeah. I think that's the whole crux of it also. That's why I find this so well researched. Was that your thought also कि इतनी कमाल की research है यार? Was that the first thing that hit your mind when you were reading
absolutely, it? Absolutely. Because I'll be very honest, yaar, once your written material is so amazing, when the captain of your ship is so accomplished and he's a stalwart of storytelling, आपका काम बहुत आसान हो जाता है. आपके co-actors इतने मंजे हुए हैं. You know, okay. I always think about, I'd like to add one adjective with every of my co-actor. Like, Mohit has some insane presence. He has a really great presence. She has that X factor जो, you know, थक से निकल के आता है. इसकी जो ये gracefulness के साथ करती है, जो जिस focus के साथ करती है काम, कोको के साथ यानी you don't have to do anything. Sometimes you don't even think of your line and you're doing the scene. आपका काम इतना आसान हो जाता है. It's
but I know actors that can get overawed with her also.
यार Coco?
हाँ.
Yeah.
उसके when she's in front of you and you
Nikhil,
pull it off beautifully.
Nikhil, I'll do one more. Why you want to do one more?
But because she comes with baggage from the day she started acting. For example, कि बहुत बढ़िया actress है भैया और ये.
नहीं, but when you meet her on set on the very first day ना, everything is, she is one of the most chilled out people I've ever met. And I've met people who haven't done anything, but they've got chip on their shoulders and you keep bumping into them every now and then. But you can learn so much from her, you know, her dignity, her grace, her sweetness, kindness.
You want to be like her. That's the greatest.
So you try to imbibe all the good
heart
qualities
goes out
from
to
people.
Chitra in this season, right? In the sense you are like.
I love the fact even those who've not seen season 1 also. ये मैंने पहले भी बोला था कि you get to know so much because the beautiful little flashbacks in there that you know that you can sort of be part of the character. Then it works. One thing you liked about him, and he said, "यार इसने तो बहुत अच्छा कर दिया." And one thing you said, "यार इसको."
No, I think it's both his strength and his weakness, and it's got nothing to do with. I mean, I used that. I think when Kavish told me that, you know, what about Satyajeet? I said, yeah, damn good. करेगा क्या? You know, he said, why will you not do that? We should talk to him and all that. I think Satya. And
why do you think करेगा क्या?
Because I felt कि मतलब वो hero उसको करना है.
Right.
So मतलब इसको, you know, everybody wants to just does that. I mean, this was also 4 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever, you know. So I said कि, and this is a pure ensemble, you know.
Yes.
22 actors, and all 22 from Aditi and Gauri Balaji to Sanjay Narvekar to Kalyani Mule to everybody has their moments, right? In that boy Sandeep, he has it's his first time ever in front of camera, you know. So I think the thing with Satya is, and we've got to know each other quite. He undervalues himself, which is actually the best thing for Ahan.
Actually, because his character is also such.
Absolutely.
Yes, on the back foot a bit.
Absolutely, right. So absolutely. So Satya needs to basically play on front foot, yeah. But वो for me that was damn good because I said यार ये मतलब उसको समझ में, he'll not have a problem understanding Ahan.
You know why I made him do this? Because apparently he wasn't saying too much about you all on the set, no? So now you managed to get certain bits and pieces about you, no? So आप तुम जानते हो कि तुम्हारे बारे में क्या सोचते हैं सर?
This is gonna go down.
सब idiots हैं, सब सारे idiots हैं, सब ये यार ये काम करो आगे बढ़ो यार.
You know when you see a show like this also, and you also see कि यार मेरे career के लिए बहुत अच्छा हो सकता है. You know, to each one of you, do people watch इतने shows आ रहे हैं? Every day there are 20 launching. Do you all also have that focus? I'm picking this show because it'll be really good for my career also, or just because I like it? Which one are you all choosing? All three?
Just because I like it. That's all.
Bas,
matters.
you?
I would love to think that way, but I'm extremely like grateful that this came to me because I've been like 4 years into the industry, so I'm fairly new.
Yeah.
So in the start of my career, to get a show like that,
Fantastic,
to get
actually,
that
yeah.
meat
No, but
to
are you
bite
talking
off.
about this show or generally? I
Generally
thought
shows also.
generally.
Even general
Because
shows also. How do you
exactly,
pick and choose
because
shows?
It's the
कब
story.
क्या
It's-
चल पड़े और कब क्या ना
Yeah.
चले ना मतलब कितने भी अच्छे प्रोजेक्ट में आप हिस्सा बनो उसका there is a strong possibility that nothing will
Might
work for
not,
you.
yeah.
और
पिछले 2 साल में तो हम सबको यही लग रहा था।
Exactly, छोटे से छोटा प्रोजेक्ट भी ऐसा बन जाए कि यार अपना लाइफ बन जाए. So
तो सत्यजीत क्या आज सिर्फ फ्रंट फुट पर खेलोगे कि नहीं?
भाई मैं जब भी सेट पे होता हूँ ना आई बिलीव दैट आई एम प्लेइंग ऑन फ्रंट फुट बट निखिल सर वेरी राइटली सेड क्या होता है यार जब आप एक सर्टेन तरीके से शुरुआत करते हो और वो वैसा टेक ऑफ नहीं करता है इट शेक्स यू अप फ्रॉम इनसाइड व्हेन दैट बिग इवेंट हैपेंड इन माय लाइफ आई वाज still growing up and understanding the tropes and how people
The bigger
react.
problem is that when that big event happens
Yeah,
and it's a huge hit.
yeah.
और फिर सेकंड वाला पे और प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है।
नहीं but I'll tell you Salim,
bigger problem.
I'll tell you a beautiful thing.
kind of
Yeah, मतलब अभी जब Mumbai Diaries season 2
no.
is coming on the 6th of October, my stress is yeah season 1 was so good.
सर ये बहुत बढ़िया है, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ।
नहीं, मैं
your layering of characters, Nikhil sir, is next level. Every actor will give his arm and right leg to now do the shows. You know,
I am saying I
not the word
hope
earlier.
what you are saying is I mean I really
No,
hope
I mean I've never been mollycoddling any. I stopped reviewing films because of this because they said यार तू बहुत ज़्यादा सच्चाई बोलता है तेरे से कोई बात नहीं करना चाहता. So I stopped. But this really is fantastic. As an actor, I was so excited. I said यार सबको इतना मौका मिल रहा है, and that's what you want to do, and then you want to see justice by the filmmaker. So there was absolute chaos and such order in the chaos. So congratulations on that. मैं advance में आपको बता रहा हूँ.
Thank you so much sir. Thank you.
And unfortunately, the thing I hate is paucity of time. यार, only with 3-4 people. Yeah, I can speak for hours with them as well.
It's
But
okay यार Mumbai Diaries episodes are 40 plus.
Yeah.
46 actually, some of them also. But very nice. They work very well, and there is, like I said, the undertone. There are so many things in there. There is, you know, how husband and wives can actually work together, and sometimes they don't work together. And you know, each of them has their own issues, which is fantastic, and it's just an underlying tone. It's in your face, nahi hai. I think that's the beauty of it. Thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you.
And remember, season 2 is out. There will be more. I'm pretty sure about that. And I think the channel itself will be very excited. And Nikhil sir, thanks so much for once again on point, perfect. Take care and bye bye.